Growing age is the time where you develop your eating habits that will help you to build immunity for future. But as all of you know that it's never too late to start getting rid of unhealthy junk food that you guys have been eating, but about developing habit of eating healthy. People who are suffering from things like acne, or you develop these pimples, or you are facing some issues with your skin. Hey, hi guys, how are you guys doing today? Welcome to another Terrific Tuesday vlog series. I hope you guys are doing good and in the best of health. And before starting today's vlog, I just want to thank all of you all for your extended love and support that you have been giving me throughout this series. And I am so excited to share that I have already crossed 100 subscribers to my channel, and a heartfelt gratitude to all of you guys for always being there for me and watching my vlogs and giving me your feedback. I get like a lot of feedback on my Instagram that this is good, this is bad. So appreciate all of that, and please continue giving all your feedback and your love and support that you have been giving me throughout. And before starting this vlog, I just want to tell you all that this vlog is again another very special vlog which is very close to my heart. This is something which I feel, which I've been noticing, which I have been following throughout my life, and I wanted to share this with all of you guys, all the people who are watching. So before we begin, it's a journey of you might have seen from the thumbnail which is there that creating habits, not restrictions. So I want to talk to you all today about healthy eating. Okay, before you guys think of it's going to be some kind of knowledge session or a mentorship session where I'm going to talk about what are the healthy eating habits, how you need to develop and maintain, and it's going to be another cliche thing. I want to describe about my own life experiences and talk to you about that how we always neglect that what our parents, what our family is always continuously telling us about all the healthy eating habits during our early growing up years, and how you realize when you grow up somewhere, you are in your mid 20s and you realize that oh my god, because of my healthy eating habits, I have built up strong immunity, or I am not facing xyz issues which other people may or may not are facing. And at the same time, you start thinking later. So initially in your growing years you don't think about it. When I was 4 years old, my grandfather used to sit with me during meals, like whether it is lunch, breakfast, dinner, and he used to talk to me about how, what are the nutrient qualities I would get when I eat a brinjal or a bitter gourd or a bottle gourd. Okay, sounds yuck, right? Yeah, I have been eating all of those yuck veggies, and right now I'm very confident enough, or I can say that I eat all of those yuck veggies till date, which used to be like the so-called yuck veggies till date, and I don't fuss about eating any of those veggies or what you differentiate between healthy food and unhealthy food, and I have grown up doing that. Okay, as I grew up in my early teens, I came across my friends, my peers in school, and I was shocked to see that they were not aware about the idea of a complete meal that includes veggies, whole grains, and what is the nutrient factor of each of the component that they are eating. And I also saw that this lack of knowledge contributed to them being fussy eaters. My grandfather used to say that eat what your body likes and not what your tongue likes. That time when I was too early, in my teens, I used to feel that it's very cliche, or it's again a mentorship kind of a session wherein you are restricting me to eat good food, which I considered good food, something like Maggi noodles or whatever you consider that the junk food, pizzas, burgers, and everything. But the idea which I want to present in today's vlog is, it's not about that it's good to be foodie, it's good to sometimes tweak and have some kind of junk foods, have something which your tongue likes, but at the same time also how important it is to have a balanced diet. Today, I want to let my heart out and speak to all of you about the misconception between healthy eating habits and a so called thing called diet. So, moral of the story being that develop healthy eating habits right now as we speak, so that later on you don't have to put restrictions on your most loved food. So, with this, right now I'm going to talk about these five food habits or foods which I have been eating, or the habits which I have been practicing since my childhood. And that time I did not know that how it's going to be helpful for me, or I did not give it a thought. But right now, as I see my counterparts or people who are of my age, suffering from something or the other, some medicinal condition, so I feel very proud that I have been practicing this, and right now I take special care that whatever I'm eating, even if I'm eating outside, if I'm eating junk, I make sure that I include these five food habits or foods in my daily meal, and that is how that is what keeps me healthy and builds up my immunity. And I can proudly say that it's been helping me, and I hope it is going to help you all. So it's primarily for vegetarians, but obviously non-vegetarians can also take tips from this. And I am sure that if you practice these things for the next 1 month, it's going to show you some benefits, and you would realize it. Just give it a period from 1 month to say 90 days. Include these habits in your day-to-day life, and you are bound to get some benefits. So let's begin. First and the most important thing is there is no substitute for greens. Yes, all the people who have an allergy to green leafy vegetables, whether it is spinach or whether it is fenugreek leaves, or for that matter it's just bottle gourd, bitter gourd, or anything which is green, primarily majority of the vegetables are green. So yeah, green vegetables, green leafy vegetables, they are always a good source, a great source of your iron, calcium, and whether it is vitamin K, vitamin C, and they are also a rich source of antioxidants. So that is one thing that I ensure that in a week I make sure that I eat green leafy vegetables, or in at least 3 days a week out of 7 days, so that I am my calcium, fiber, iron source is taken care of. Second and most important thing, and one of my favorite things, is eating one raw tomato every day. Okay, so I know a lot of people who hate tomatoes, and on top of it I'm asking you to eat a raw tomato. But so what's going to be your motivation to eat a raw tomato, one raw tomato every day, is that people who are suffering from things like acne, or you develop these pimples, or you are facing some issues with your skin, your face primarily. So eating that one raw tomato is going to be really very helpful, and you are going to, if you do it for the next 2 weeks, okay, you are going to see good results, health benefits in yourself. Why? Because tomato contains antioxidants, which is lycopene. It is also very important, you get reduced risk of all your cardiovascular diseases. That's secondary, but most important part is that vitamin C, vitamin K, potassium, filled with antioxidants. So all your dead blood cells which are there, they get removed. If you have a lot of acne problems and pimples, all of those issues of your primarily skin related issues, your skin is going to glow. I've seen a lot of people that you use a lot of face masks and home DIY homemade face masks and all of those things. That is also very important, but at the same time, applying it on the outer skin and eating it, there is a difference, right? So if you're eating a tomato and you're applying a tomato, obviously eating a tomato is going to give you better health benefits, and your skin is going to glow. So try this out for the next 2 weeks. Eat one raw tomato every day, and I'm very sure that it is going to give you some benefit. And if it gives you benefits, just drop in comment and let me know. The third most important thing is practice mindful eating. Now, however, complicated it might sound, mindful eating is nothing but that when you are sit with a very good frame of mind, that you are going to eat food and savor the food that you are eating. Sometimes what happens is, if you are eating food with a very disturbed state of mind, so all the nutrients and everything, you're not going to enjoy them, and it's not going to provide the benefits which it was ideally going to provide. Why? Because you have this thing that oh my god, this vegetable I'm not going to eat, and you're just eating for the sake of it. Second most important thing is that chew your food. This is something that you have been taught since your childhood, since your pre-primary nursery, that chewing your food will help you, will help metabolization faster, and at the same time it will prevent indigestion. Okay, so that is something that you should also practice whenever you are eating. Make sure that you are sitting and eating properly, and you are appreciating all the tastes and flavors and enjoying eating. Okay, because sometimes what happens is that your mind and heart plays a very important role. So if you actually want all your nutrients, and if you enjoy eating, so the benefits of the food that that you are eating, and think how it's going to help you. If you are a fussy eater, for people who have been practicing and who are who love who take care of their balanced diet and who love enjoying, I'm not talking about them. But if you are the one who is starting to develop these habits, just try it out. That sit down in a nice environment on a dining table. Maybe never ever sit on your bed and eat, because again, you're sleeping on the same place and you are eating also on the same place. That's not a good habit. Sit down at a calm, nice place, eat with a good frame of mind, so that you can enjoy and savor your food. The fourth and the most important thing is, there is a reason milk is called complete meal or a complete diet. Okay, great source of any nutrient, minerals, vitamins, potassium, whatever you want to just name a nutrient and it is there. That's why it's called a complete diet or a complete meal. So make sure that you are including milk, primarily for all the vegetarians. It is very important that you have milk or milk products. Okay, so the best would be 1 glass of milk or half a glass of milk. If you don't like milk, you can add some or the other flavors, so that you don't have to think, oh my god, I have to drink milk, if you're not liking milk, something on those lines. So do that and ensure that you include milk or milk products in your day-to-day life. If you don't like milk, then maybe eat homemade curd. Okay, that's going to be 1 bowl of curd a day is going to be good, because again, it's going to give you all the necessary calcium, potassium, vitamins, minerals that are very important for your immunity. Fifth one and the last one, but not the least one, which with the food that I include in my day-to-day life, and I ensure that I take a proper amount of food, is whole grain. Okay, so whole grains are again a very rich source of proteins. Okay, that is very important for your health and to build up your immunity. Proteins, and you talk about all your iron, magnesium, calcium, all of these nutrients. So it is very important that maybe you can get those sprouted whole grains also, if you like that. But just ensure that in the form of pulses, or in the form of make a good dish, add some other veggies, or eat it in a form that you are enjoying eating. And just ensure that you include it every day in your meal. 1 small bowl of whole grains, whatever grains you like, is always going to be very helpful, because again, it's going to be a rich source of proteins for people who are vegetarians and don't eat eggs or something on those lines. So that's again going to be very good thing. A diet rich in whole grains has been shown to reduce risk of your diabetes or your cholesterol or obesity. So it is very important. It's again a very important nutrient factor wherein your complete balanced meal is considered. So make sure that you include 1 bowl of whole grains, whichever grain you like, every day in your meal. So these were the 5 foods or 5 food habits that I have been practicing, and I am not asking you to just wake up tomorrow and completely change everything. Start with including foods, healthy foods that you really enjoy. Start from being simple, and at the same time give yourself a challenge of 30 days. And whatever I have been talking about in this blog, in this around about 10 to 15 minutes of vlog, if you actually follow this for the next 30 days, and if you are seeing some results, so feel free to drop in comments and share with your friends and family, so that everybody can benefit from this. So this was all from my end for today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog, and for the people who will be practicing all of this, if you find some good results, I am sure that you are going to see some good results for the next 30 days if you practice it. So do drop in comments and let me know that you like the vlog, and if there is something that you want me to share, or some particular vlog that you want me to do drop in comments. I love to take up all your feedbacks and suggestions and create something out of it. I will see you guys again next week with another Terrific Tuesday vlog series. And once again, thank you for all your love and support. This is Aishwarya signing off. Bye-bye. And click on the subscribe button and follow me every week for Terrific Tuesday vlog series. Bye-bye.